That's a new one. Oh, there we go. And then watch, it's gonna switch back to the gray again. I don't think it knows what it wants. That's crazy.
So it's a girl. What?
What's up, Brite Nation? Today we are in beautiful Moab, Utah. Technically for the Easter Jeep Safari, and we're doing a more scenic trail today. Stepchild's way overbuilt for it, but it should be beautiful. Most trails in Moab are. Because although the Stepchild is kind of in the upper echelon of its build state, like there's not too much more that we can do to make the Stepchild better, or at least so we thought. We did, we found something. Not rock crawling related, but actual electronically related. What'd you say?
It definitely is for rock crawling. It definitely helps a lot for rock crawling.
Well, then I stand corrected. This is rock crawling related. I guess technically, okay, he's right. Totally rock crawling related. And it is a fix for an issue we've been experiencing very frustratingly for quite a while now. And hopefully it'll be a fix for a lot of you as well.
So in the Jeep, you have like 3 radios. You have the super tiny one that's like this big, and then you have like the medium one with navigation, and then you have like the really big nice one. Well, this Jeep had the medium sized one, so I had a backup camera, I had satellite, I had everything I wanted except a front facing camera.
And a larger screen, because it was kind of small, but I mean,
it was fine.
It doesn't really, that's not a big deal to us for the most part.
Not really. So with a lot of what we do and the trails that we do, it's a lot of ups and overs and downs, and I like to be able to see. I don't want to always have to get out to go look at what's on the other side.
What it actually was is we got a Bronco. And the Bronco had a front-facing camera.
A screen that's twice the size of my head.
And Kevin got used to that, fell in love with it, got used to having a front camera, and was like, this is actually really nice to have when you're in situations where you can't really see what's in front of you.
It was super nice.
So the Bronco, the Ford, spoiled him, and he wanted a front-facing camera on our Jeep. And I couldn't have picked a better time to fucking talk about this part. So we upgraded to a Stinger radio. Upgraded. But those of you who have followed us for a long time, you know we upgraded to this a couple years ago. And ever since then, we've had nothing but problems.
So this is trying to be on my front-facing camera.
Yeah.
It's just no signal. It will go to the rear camera, normally works. Now the rear normally works.
Sometimes. There it goes.
Now the rear camera is the factory one, and it's very HD. It looks very good.
It's not too bad.
I wanted to show you the front camera because the front camera is very like 240 or 360p.
The front-facing camera.
And yes, it's plugged in. Actually, it will come up for a few seconds and then just go away.
It's just genuinely been nothing but problems. And that's like, the radio itself has also had tons of issues. Wait, why'd you turn the Jeep off? What's going on?
The Stinger radio. It does this thing where it'll shut off and turn on and shut off and turn on, like where it didn't.
We're stopping to reset our radio. Well, that's cool.
Like, it's had enough abuse.
Ever since we've gotten this thing, it's just been problems nonstop. And the most recent of these problems is the front-facing camera has just decided.
Not recent, like it's been months and months.
It's been since last summer, so 8 months now.
Yeah, I just gave up on it. Also, it'll ring and I can take a call, but you can't hear me. All the things that's supposed to make the nice radio nice.
It's probably one of the biggest downgrades we've done to the Jeep. The radio itself, it's like the very first trail we took it on, instantly had issues. The front camera at least worked for a while.
Yeah, it worked.
Whatever, it is what it is. And yes, they've sent us updates. We've tried updating it. We've taken it in a couple times. People have looked at it. I don't know. It is what it is. But anyways, the point is, we've fixed the main problem, which is the front-facing camera. The radio part itself, we haven't fixed that yet. We'll figure that out. Like I said, it works 70% of the time. And then the radio.
No, the radio works. Nothing else.
I mean, it sometimes does. And sometimes you turn it on and it decides it doesn't want to turn on. And you got to reset it once or twice, and then it kind of does. And then, whatever. Technology, right? But now, since our front-facing camera connected to our Stinger radio doesn't want to work, we've instead upgraded to this Wolf Box camera. So, front-facing camera. Obviously, there's a camera mounted on the back side. So you got a rear view front-facing camera. You've got a front-facing camera on our front grille, and we have a reverse camera, a back camera behind us.
All right here, all recording all the time. So that way, when I go wheeling without Brittany, which I do often, I just don't record because I go wheeling and I can't record myself. When I go wheeling without Brittany and I flip the Jeep, I actually have footage of flipping the Jeep. Now, I would have never...
For the record, you still won't have outside, like, third-person footage, but you'll have something.
I would have never flipped the Jeep if Brittany wouldn't have been like, don't go without me because something's gonna happen when I'm not filming, when I'm not there, and then that's what happens. So it's honestly your fault. Because if you would have just been like,
absolutely not. But
okay.
Next time, if he rolls the Jeep and I'm not here, we'll have some sort of footage with the wolf box. Here's the thing. Not only is this, and I'll show you actual footage on screen here in a second, directly from the wolf box. This thing is like 4K HD, absolutely stunning picture quality, even as it's displayed up here, like in the rear view mirror, which is amazing. And for us, that's a massive upgrade. Like Kevin said, the front facing, we want to show it to you, but still no signal. The front facing camera, and we got like a good one. Like we didn't cheap out on the camera that we put up there for the Stinger radio.
It's just they didn't have, I think, a digital input for it, so it's an analog input or something. It's just a
Point is, it's basically 8-bit. The front-facing camera that was on here, that was connected to the Stinger,
it's like 240p.
Yeah, it's like 240p. It was like horrible quality. It was just enough to kind of give you an idea.
And you're like, is that a boulder or a pebble? I don't know.
It was just rough, right? So this one, full HD, 4K, phenomenal, and it is constantly recording. So anything happens, all you gotta do is like hit it. We'll never miss another thing, which is kind of a big deal. This is also something we've always kind of wanted realistically, and almost more importantly on like our truck, our tow rig, because not that, knock on wood, we've ever been in like an accident, but that is a big fear because we don't have any sort of camera. And God forbid something were to happen, like for insurance purposes, it's something we've always wanted. But in this case, this is less for insurance and more for rock crawling and for my benefit and your benefit as viewers for the YouTube channel. Kevin reset the Stinger to see if we get the front camera to work.
Nope.
Nope. So you can see the picture quality displayed in the rearview mirror itself is like honestly pretty amazing.
That's really good.
It's really good. And if we switch to footage that I've downloaded from the camera itself, you can see crazy high definition. The quality is incredible, super crystal clear, 10 out of 10.
So when I told Brittany I was going to use it for rock crawling, I meant like, you know, be able to get some tire placement. I'm doing an obstacle right now I've never done before. So I'm going to use the camera that we just installed. And you can actually move the lines on the screen. And I don't have it exactly calibrated yet because we just put this in. But we'll see how it does. So we might need to try maybe some different stuff.
Okay.
So first time off-roading.
Yeah, first time.
You've never done any of this.
Oh.
Well, I can't see out, so I'm gonna try to use, we're trying to use this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to use the camera to see.
So Kevin's got a passenger in the seat. Never been in a Jeep before. He's playing with the wolf box. I feel like he could have gone, this would have been harder. Let her eat. Woo, easy peasy. Yeah, a little articulation. A little off camber, full experience. That's honestly nowadays one of the best parts of off-roading is when you get to see people who've never really experienced it before, who are really new to the sport. Like, especially when they get to hop into like the stepchild or like my buggy or something when we're doing something extreme and just see their eyes go real big. It's cool to see their reactions because not that we're jaded at this point, but we're so used to doing really extreme stuff that sometimes we forget how sometimes even the easier stuff can feel so sketchy to someone who's never experienced it before. It's kind of like the opposite for us. It's like we're living vicariously through them at that point, whereas most people live vicariously through us with the extreme stuff. Sometimes we live vicariously through other people's like newer reactions to like the more mild or moderate stuff. It's a fun way to like regain perspective.
So what's super cool is I can go in here and I can pick out the clip. You can either lock the clip from the screen if you remember, but if you forget and you're like, oh, I want that, you can go into the video, find the video, to your front, the extra, which is the front bumper, and then the rear. And this is the clip that I want, so I went ahead and I locked it. You can lock it, delete it. So this is what we just did from the front bumper camera. This is where we're going up.
I can't see out, so I'm going to try to use, we're trying to use this guy.
He's on his slider.
Yep. Good line. The cutest of patootie passengers. Oh. Woo. So just another example. So out here in Moab, there's a ton of these like mesas and what do you call them? Petrified sand dunes. You've got tire marks, but once you get on them, as you'll see here in a second, as you start climbing, your visibility of exactly where those tire marks are kind of disappears. And then you just get a nice view of the sky. So on here, having a front facing camera is super helpful. So you don't need to see the ground.
If you're short like me, this actually at least gets you higher up. To be able to see
up over the hood, kind of like that sort of a view. But of course, you have the ground view that gives you exact kind of tire placement to give you an idea of where you are exactly on the trail or on the mesa. So we've stopped for lunch, which is the perfect time to show all the dogs on the trail. Obviously, we got peanut butter. I got treats. They all know I have a treat. Moose, right?
Yeah.
Moose. Moose. Jelly. Jelly bean. Oh my God, the drool. Ugh. Can you say please? Can you say please? Say please. Okay. And we have Mr. Business. Do you want one? There you go. And of course, we can't forget Winifred. Winifred, what are you doing? We got Winchester / Winifred / Winnie, whichever he prefers at the time. So handsome. And then we have Dexter, big boy. Look at him. Look at all the pups. Front cameras. I just keep trying to reboot it to see what it'll do, and this is the current state of things. Got a rear. Beautiful. Factory camera in the rear. Front. That's the nice thing about Moab is although they do have harder, more difficult trails out here, there's also obviously very easy trails. So it's kind of like they have something for everyone. So if you want a hard day and you want to go bash the crap out of your rig, totally fine. But if you want an easy, relaxing, chill day with the pups,
view, very, very scenic.
I don't think it matters what trail you go on, whether it's hard or easy though. I don't think there's not a single trail in Moab that isn't scenic.
You can go do easy trails and still get the beautiful scenery.
Easy and scenic, difficult and scenic, get stranded out in the middle of nowhere and scenic, anything and everything, they have it. It's one of the reasons we love Moab. That's all we have for you today. Like I said, it's less of a trail video and more about getting the stepchild upgraded Not that, again, she has a lot of upgrades left to improve upon. However, the camera is one of them. Like Kevin said, it's functional for him in the driver's seat, behind the wheel, as he's going up obstacles, having that visibility and knowing exactly where his tires are being placed. Having that front camera is a big deal. And obviously, we did have one, and it refuses to work anymore. We still have to figure out the radio situation, but that's a problem for another time. Do what? And it's functional for me, editing wise, because it gives me another opportunity to give you guys a different perspective and point of view for content on the videos, which is pretty rad. But Wolfbox, 10 out of 10 so far. We absolutely love it. And guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch and decals at litebritstudios.com. As always, we love you, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Mwah! Great Dane zoomies.
Like, I don't have brakes. Boy.
Great Dane zoomies. Oh, almost bit the dust there.